Welcome to Aman Jaiswal's YouTube channel. In the last video, I told you some functions of the movie shooting menu. These functions were the reset photo shooting menu all the way to the movie file type. Before we start, let's take a second to like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to comment. This will ensure that you will always get my latest videos. So let's continue with the movie shooting menu. Now, once we end the movie shooting menu, I have explained you how to get there in the last video. We will scroll down to the ISO sensitivity setting. So you can set the ISO in two ways. First, when you look at the top of the camera, you will see the ISO button next to the on-off switch, which will help you to change the ISO setting using the command dial. This is the black round dial which you will see on the right side of the camera. You have to press the ISO button and rotate the command dial to change the ISO setting. Please remember, if you are using the auto mode, you will not be able to change the ISO settings using the ISO button and the command dial because it will automatically change according to the light conditions. But if you use any other options like the P, S, A and M on the camera, because you have additional options to change the setting. You can also change the ISO setting in the movie shooting menu. Here you have more options that what you can do with the ISO setting. Once you click on the menu and scroll down to the ISO sensitivity settings, the pop-up menu will open with two options. First is maximum sensitivity. Since higher ISO will mean more noise in your photographs and video, you may like to limit the sensitivity that the camera would go to. Here, if you have set the maximum sensitivity, say to 8000, and the condition require the ISO higher than 8000, camera will only select the maximum sensitivity that you have specified on the camera. Second is the auto ISO control mode. Once you have selected the auto ISO control, there will be two options, on and off. If you keep the option at on, this will allow the camera to determine the correct ISO setting for the shot you are about to take and make necessary adjustments. So if you have chosen 200 ISO and the light conditions make it necessary to use say 400 ISO, the camera will automatically adjust this to 400 ISO. If you leave it off, it will only use the ISO setting on the camera. I prefer to leave it at auto setting so that the camera can take care of these settings. Now let's look at the white balance. There is an auto white balance setting where the white balance is adjusted automatically for optimum results with most light sources. When an optional flash is used, the white balance will be adjusted accordingly to the light produced by the flash. This is most important option when you're shooting the video indoor or outdoor. So when you click the white balance setting, it will show you the auto has three options. First is auto 0. This keeps the whites and reduced warm colors. In the auto one, it will keep overall atmosphere. If it was warm, it will keep the atmosphere warm. If it is cool, it will keep the whites cool. So you don't have to go and change the settings in this menu and waste your time in setting your tones as warm or cool. The third option is the auto 2. This keeps the warm lighting colors. Now we also have a lot of other options. The other options is natural sunlight auto. If used in natural light, it will produce colors as close as possible that you see with the naked eye. Temperatures will range between 4500 Kelvin to 8000 Kelvin. The next is the direct sunlight. This can be used with only subjects lit with direct sunlight. Temperatures about 5200 Kelvin. Third is the cloudy. It is used with the overcast conditions. Temperatures about 6000 Kelvin. Shade. Use this for subjects which are with daylight but under shade. Temperatures about 8000 Kelvin. Next is incandescent. When you're using incandescent lighting such as lights and flashes, you can use this one. Temperatures of about 3000 Kelvin. The very interesting feature is the personalized preset menu. Here we can define certain presets that we regularly use and we can easily select them from here without having to go and make adjustments each time. Though there are so many choices, I usually choose Auto 1 because it gives me a good result with natural looking videos and I don't have to worry about making the right choices. Especially when I'm shooting videos at an event, it's not easy to make changes. Next is Set Picture Control. This is used to manage the hues and tones. Some standard profiles are built into the camera and these can be used depending on the types of result you want. These are useful if you're shooting a video. However, if you shoot in RAW, we can make the changes during the post-production. So let's look at the options. First is the auto. Here camera automatically adjusts the hues and the tones based on the standard picture control. Here the complexions of the subjects will appear softer and trees and skies taken in outdoor shoots appear more vivid as compared to the standard picture control. The second one is standard. This gives a standard processing for balanced results. This is recommended in default settings for most shoots. The third is neutral. It gives us minimal processing for natural results. This option is good if you want to do some post-production work on the images. The fourth is vivid. If you want to emphasize primary colors, use this option. Monochrome. Self-explanatory and takes monochrome photographs. This is the portrait. To get portraits with natural skin and texture and a rounded feel. Landscape. Use this for vibrant landscapes and other long range photography. Last is flat. The option is used. It preserves a lot of information on the tones and shadows, and this is especially useful for when we want to do extensive post-production work. Then we have 20 creative controls, each of them with combinations of hues and tones. In these 20 picture controls, we can manage the picture settings and profiles and set it to our preference. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe. And do not forget to press the bell icon so that when I upload my next video, you can get notified. And please do not forget to comment.